Hi guys, pretty sure I'm live. Can never guarantee it, but I think I am. Phone's on silent, computer's on silent, all my tools in front of me. So hopefully we can crack on. Grab some of the colours I think I'm going to need. And some blending tools, I think. I'm not going to lie. This has been a struggle just sketching the line work out really quickly. Hi Erica, hi Joe. Yeah, it's been, apart from the scrawler box, this has been the first time properly, and it's made me cringe already. So I'm just going to see what tools I need out, really. I don't need a lot. Haven't really got any clean blending. They're all pretty grubby, to be fair. Hurt my tongue. That won't do. So the point of today's one is to give you a bit, I could do with that red actually, I think, possibly. Give you a bit of an insight, I suppose, of the pan pastels and the pastels. I really should have made sure I had enough clean tools for this. We'll see. I'm pretty sure that side's clean. Anywho. It's been like yonks since I last did a proper pastel drawing. So if I lose my way, that's why. I've completely lost the plot or remembering how to do things. So I've grabbed a couple of colours out. You can see the reference picture that I'm going to be doing. Now, probably through whatever device you're watching, it looks really good. But actually, it's a really bad reference. So I'm just going to have to go with the flow on this one and see what happens. I was literally just sketching out very quickly where I think the placement and everything is going to go. Hi Vicky. So I know that most of this is all fluff. And then all around here is fluff. And all around here. Now my canvas is a bit wider than the actual picture itself, so what I might do is just blend it all out. I don't really know yet. I'm only really doing this just to do something a bit different today. So the purpose of it really is to do the eye and to show you how we can, I don't know, mix the two together. So pan pastels for the base. Let me turn this down so you're a bit brighter. There we go. Pan pastels for the base and a mix of pit pastels and carbothellos for the detail, the rest of it. You looking for my cup?
No, I've got it.
Oh. Okay. Oh my god! I totally just yawned, sorry. And I've totally lost where I'm going. Right, I'm using Pastel Matte today. Let me see if I can get it in focus. Right, Pastel Matte. If you haven't used Pastel Matte, it's a sanded paper. I don't know whether you're going to see any texture detail on here at all, but it's... Can you hear that? Bit of ASMR there for you. Very textured, and the pad I'm using is... It's got Buttercup Maize, Dark Grey and Light Grey. I have got the... I'm going to forget the name of it now. The Dark Grey, but apparently it's quite a tough one to draw, and I have done it before, but it's... I didn't find it too bad, but... This is sort of the go-to, I guess, for pastel artists. It's not cheap, but it's worth it. So that's what we're going to be using. And I have got a little bit of a sneaky peek to show you guys later. If you're in my group, you would have seen some of these. But I'm just going to flash them by. That's what you're going to see. Hang on, let me get a coaster. Thank you, Coffee Man. So we'll just crack on, shall we? Might tilt the camera slightly. And we're just going to work on this eye. So any questions, fire away. I'm just going to crack on, to be honest. So I'm using a Pan Pastels for the base. God, it's been so long. And just using a makeup applicator at the minute because it's all that I've got that's clean right now. I have my glove ready to do any blending for the larger areas. Get some cloudy effects going on in there. I'll do some share outs in a minute. I'll just get a little bit down before I do anything. So me and my infinite wisdom thought it was a really, really good idea to buy a hamster for my kids. That was fun. I'm going to move the microphone a bit closer. Okay. Just going to add there we go. And I have put black somewhere. Not all of this is black, so I'm not going to drown it in black. The trouble with using these applicators is they're really small. If you've got the proper blending tools like this, but I just don't have enough clean sponges. Oh, honestly, we've had it less than a week and it's escaped twice. And yesterday, I found it in my office. So it's gone from the sitting room, through the kitchen, into the den. And when you live with two cats, you can imagine the panic on the kids. So, yeah. Well, that was silly. He is cute, though. I'll give him that. tiny bit of skin lost on there, and it's stinging every time I put my fingers together. It was called Ash because we bought it off of someone that works at their school. So it was called Ash, but he's now called Pebbles. And he posed for me the other day. Hang on, I'll show you a photo. I'm going to bore you with the pets now. This is Amelie with the rabbit earlier. And Pebbles is... He's half albino. And how cute is that face? Let's try and get it there. There we go. He's half albino, so he's got one black eye and one red eye. And he's called Pebbles. He's got that's probably the best one. No, that's a video. He's got quite unusual markings on his back, so he's really, really cute. So yeah. He's proven to be a bit of a handful, but cute. Just get the black down there. That is pretty dark. God, it's been so long since I've done anything like this. So that's pretty roughly where I want most things to sit. Got a little bit of light blue, but I'll probably use the pencil more for that. All over my desk by the end of this. Too light now. Oh, God. No laughing at me tonight, please, because this is mouth-watering. Ugh, this is torture. Been so long. Oh, why did I agree to do pastel? Ugh. Things I do for you guys. Oh, and I had a little squeak at the end there. Resistance. My, he's a nice hamster. Hi, Robin. Torture. This is torture. Apologies for all the random noises you're going to have going on down the microphone tonight. There's more turquoise than I thought it was. Just want to give it a bit more colour. I think I don't know what they've done to the photo, but it's over edited, so it's not quite as natural looking as I would want it, so I'm going to add a bit of my own artistic license. I love the sound and the feel of it. It's like the best thing ever. I'm using mainly Carbothellos with pan pastels for the base, but I have got my Pick pencils, which, oh, my teeth, which I find are good for sort of really detailed work. But for this sort of base work, I'll just sit and use the Carbothellos. The joy of using these makeup sponges, you can have your two sides, so you dark one side, you light the other. I'm just sort of making it up now. I'm just sort of using it as a bit of a colour guide, I suppose, but everything else. I think once you start layering up, it's not so bad, but it's when you get started and it's just so gritty and just, oh, it's just gross. It's so gross. Going to look at it through the OBS because it's easier to it's easier to see it when you're looking at it down a camera lens. I'm going to use my colour blender now because it tends to push the colour in rather than distribute it. It also means you get a bit less dust as well. That'll do me. Do I want it a bit darker? Now I'm throwing stuff at myself. It is an amazing medium to use if you can put up with it. I put up with it for the sake of the results, because you do get some quite incredible results. But it is quite possibly the worst thing made by man. I want to get my fingers in there, but I know I'm going to be like, well, no. Let me apply the glove. Ooh. I got them really cheap off eBay, I think. They're just, if you just look up colour blender, I think they're just silicone blending tools. I think actually this is for, I've got a set. I think these are more for clay than anything else, but they're quite a nice hearty set. So right, I have to remember which finger's what colour. So there's been hardly any dust come off, which is good. I quite like that. Okay, so we're going to go back to the pan pastels. I'm going to put my blues away. I'm going to tidy as I go. What? Yeah, I said that. Okay, so we need our colour blender for the yellows. I have got red here somewhere. I was going to pull it out, but it's in my drawer somewhere. There. Hi, Carl. Okay. Right, red. This is just to help me get the initial blend down. Bit of orangey hue around the middle. I thought I'd do pastel tonight, one so you can sort of see how quickly you can render something up. The subject, I thought, wow, it's always quite a good subject to do, isn't it? Eyes and practicing reflection and things like that. I nearly did an eagle eye, but I just couldn't find one that jumped out at me enough. And with the headache I've had with this new product, I just wanted to do something nice and quick. Keep catching the... Right, turned it around so I can have the light end. This is essentially like blocking out that you would do with pencil. I'm going to go and do my share in a second. Really should have put a plaster on. Have you got a... You're going to need to leave one out. I don't know if you heard that.
I did leave a bang, but...
Okay. It's really eating up this makeup sponge. Oh, the pan pastels are a lifesaver. And you can use these on Bristol board, because I have done it, so don't let anyone ever tell you you can't. I did 2 massive portraits with pan pastel skin tone base. There we go. I think that's enough for the pan pastel. Just pop them on top. Okay, now normally when you do pastel you work from dark to light, and of course when you do pencil you work from light to dark, so you're going to have to get used to working in a different way. Right, I'm just, if you've got any questions, think about asking them now. I'm just going to do a couple of share outs. Oh dear. Okay, page, where's my page? There's my page. So the printer I got is epic, by the way. It's really, really good. It is epic. Apart from when you use vinyl. So there's an issue I have to try and fix. I won't go into the ins and outs, but I have spent a lot of this afternoon swearing. No, it doesn't make a change at all, actually. I may seem sweet and innocent, but no. Who asked you, anyway? Oh, you're going to start interfering now. Coffee Man thinks he's clever. Well. Okay. One more and then we're done. I'm gonna lie, I've got an itchy nose. What a surprise. Thank you, my lovely. Okay. Let's have a look at my colours. That's a colour blender. Look at the size of that blooming thing. Colour shaper, they call that. I am. What are you saying, Erica? Erica's laughing at me, saying that I'm not sweet and innocent. Just going to do my last one, and then we're going to crack on, because I know how annoying it is sitting here listening to me waffling on. Where's it gone? There it is. Next. Next. Ugh, post. Crap. I might have to use the reference on my my phone's dying. Just plugging it in. I like your way of putting that, Joe. That's actually a very good explanation. No, I've done it all while I've been live, Pam. That's 20 minutes, so that's where we've got so far. Okay. So I'm gonna have to look over there now, which is annoying because it gives me neck ache, but hey ho. I could have used the pad actually, but I think it's dying somewhere in a drawer. Okay, let's get the darks done first. So I want like a dark orangey red. That one I reckon. Actually, I could probably do both. I'm not going to bother sharpening. And just like pencils, you need to layer. Oh, wow, look. That's like in your face. This is like an orangeo. Good English right there. The colour of your pastel will alter depending on what you've got underneath. Coffee man. Baby wipe, if possible. Sorry. Right, I'm just going to do... I'm going to use my fingers. Thank you. Baby wipe ready.
I'm whistlet.
I'm whistlet. I can't believe I'm going to do this. You know how much I love you when I sit here actually heaving. Not nice for you, of course, sitting there watching it, but... Okay. I'll tell you what, Erica, if we ever got drunk in a pub, we would be dangerous. Right, I've just wiped my hand on a bit of kitchen roll just to try and make sure that I've got as much oil off my fingers as possible. This is ideally where you do need to be using tools. I should have a bright yellow somewhere. Sworn I had. This must be the brightest yellow I have then. Okay, ignore that, I don't. Ugh, right, just grabbed a bit of pan pastel on my finger. Just to give me some... this is my technical term, lumpy elements. Whatever I'm supposed to mean by that. There. Vile stuff. Kitchen bowl. Right, I'm gonna see. This is the pit pastel now. He's very bright down the bottom here. You can see how easy it is to work light on top of dark. Get used to the sound now. Slowly getting used to the feel again. Trying to work out whether I want white there or yellow. There's a highlight just here. I'm trying to just decide what I want to do. They are, yeah. Or certainly on this paper. I find depending on the paper I use. But yeah, I find them much firmer, so you can get quite a lot more detail with them. But they can be a bit harder to get the charcoal, the pastel off the pencil once you start layering. Honestly, if I can put my big girl pants on, everyone needs to be having a go. I'm just gonna trying to decide how strong I want. So I'm pretty much, to you, as I say, the photo is probably going to look really, really good, but it's not. Hi! Hi everyone who's hopped over from TikTok. Okay, so effectively it looks really soft at the minute, but once we start building up so I don't know if you can even see the difference between, I'm pushing quite hard to get the pastel off the pit pencil. Let me see if I can find a carbo equivalent. That's too orangey. Probably is that one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so this is the Carbothello version. So it comes off much easier. But because it's so much softer, your points get blunt very quickly. yeah, it really takes some getting used to and reminding yourself. And I have worked from light to dark before, but you know that it just doesn't have the same effect. So it's not impossible, but it is just so much easier to go from dark to light. White. I'm going to mix a bit of white on top of that. I'm not being precise, by the way. I'm not being meticulous over detail. I'm just getting colour down. Oops, throwing the wrong thing. Getting colour down and having a go. I had no clue either, Leslie. Honestly, I had no idea. And you make mistakes, no doubt. I did, and I still do. But the only way you're going to get past that is by having a go. Exactly. What is the worst that can happen? Right, I need to sharpen. Okay, on the outer edge. Really hard looking right over there because the reference picture is quite small as well. Just need to get some texture. This is where the, it's making me feel heat now. This is where the colour blender will come in, so I'll bring that in a minute and you can see. Because it's too big for me to go in with my finger and have a go. Ugh. Yes. The paper I'm using is called Pastel Matte. Looks like that. By Clairefontaine. I think that's how you pronounce it. So the colour blender just helps smush it into the paper, but without moving around the pastel too much. So it doesn't soften it as much as a finger or cotton bud or anything like that would do. Now I can go much more yellow down in here. I don't want to keep smudging each layer now, because if I do, it's just going to permanently look out of focus, and that's not what I want. It's a blender. I believe they're actually, I mean, this is a proper colour blender, or colour shaper they call it. And I know that you can use these in art. I think this particular one is used for art. These are used for clay. And they're just soft silicone shapers. I got them off Wish or somewhere like that, eBay, don't remember. But they weren't a lot. And then I got these, which is like a foam dabber on the top, which don't last 5 seconds. But they're really good for doing bokeh effects. So I'm pretty much going to just add my detail now without looking at the reference. I shall have a look up every now and then, but I'm sure you said before where you get the blender. I'm cheap as chips, you know me. It'll come off eBay or Wish or somewhere like that. I can't even remember how I came across it. I think I was looking for blending tools for the pastels. I think it was. I don't remember now, if I'm honest. I've had many a sleep since the time I thought of it. Get that reflection in a moment. I'm literally just smushing in shapes. I'm not even doing that really, I'm just scribbling. But it gets that soft texture, I suppose. They do have a bit of texture in their eyes, but again, because it's not the greatest reference, you don't really see that much. Trying to brighten the bottom half. The tool is what I use to when I do the tiger eyes and things like that, because it gives me that detail I need without smudging or smearing it too much. Yeah, either Google Colour Shaper or Colour Blender. He has got some weird shadowy thing going on up here, but I don't think I want to include it. It's like he's got a whirlpool in his eye. See, I can smush all over this, and it will blend to a point, but it will push it in rather than push it out. So it softens it all, but you don't lose detail. So we're up to how many minutes? 43 minutes. That's not bad for 43 minutes. I probably could have done it a bit quicker had I not faffed about, but... and drunk coffee in between. Okay. So we're already several layers in. And like I say, you do need to layer just like you would with pencils. That was probably one of the mistakes I made at the beginning. So if I zoom out, so we're quite close. So that's what we're looking like zoomed out. I might have to put a few highlights around. Just start off with studies like this. That's how I find it easy to get back into it. Little studies, little eyes, hands, noses, mouths. and it just gets you in the mood. It also loosens yourself up a bit as well. I think I want to get that. Definition a bit stronger. Oh yes. What we're doing is really just making shapes. As I say, I'm not paying huge amounts of attention of where everything is. It's just giving myself an idea of where the lights and the darks are. Everything else can sort of be pieced together. I am going to need some darker under there, I think. It's incredible how much his eye looks like it's actually glowing. I need to grab a grey, I think. Grey. What grey do I want? Let's just get some. It's pretty much his eyelid, so let's just get that capped in. We have got a pastel portrait tutorial, you know, full blown, not like this, but coming up on the Patreon, guys, so keep your eye out. Much darker up here. You've got quite a distinct line where that highlight hits and where the shadows cast. Make sure I use the right finger, otherwise I end up with dark all over it. There is the tiniest, I might use the yellow rather than the white, highlight that just sits . I think I'm going to have to get the rest of it around before I do any more highlights, because I need to get that contrast of it next door. easier to use the pan pastel, to be honest. I need the darkest of the browns, which apparently isn't that dark. It has like a lavender colour, but again, because whatever they've done to the editing, it's not very true. I think they've done it to get that colour in his eyes. They've almost oversaturated it. So we would basically, if you were to do like the feather stage, you'd get all your darkest colour that you see down first, so your darkest browns and things like that, and then you work in the detail over the top. I don't think I have a lavender colour. Certainly not in the pan pastel, but in the pit I do. I'm just going to bury. You can tell I'm not being careful. Again, I can grab my other blender. Actually, it's got different colour on the end. And just get that blended in. Shouldn't blow, but hey ho. I'm loving that glue. That glow is quite something. Okay. What colour, what colour, what colour? It's like a... I don't know what they're doing upstairs. Oh my god, it snapped. No way. That's never happened before. Fast, I think. Let's try that again. Slow. Oh, snapped last minute. It does well to fall out. When you snap a wax lid, it doesn't fall out. It's better than what it was. Okay, so it's not true black in here, which is why I've got like a dark indigo colour. That would go all the way up there. I'm not going to get all the feathers done today, I don't think. I'll definitely finish it on the next live feed, but for today, I think we'll just concentrate on getting that eye done. need to go lighter on that purple. Let's grab, I don't want anything that's too out of, let's go with that. It's more like a fleshy tone. Oh, either I've got a set of broken leads or my sharpener is not liking me today, so we might have to stop using it. Really? The only downside to mechanical sharpeners are when you have to put the stupid thing back in and they don't line up. Right, let's leave it like that. That'll do. There we go. That's better. Hi, Emily. Oh, bless you. Yeah, wine, coffee, chocolate, biscuits, whatever it is. Feet up. I think it needs to be darker in there, to be honest. Where'd my blue go? Okay. I don't know where I put that. Right, it's going to sandpaper the edge, just so I'm not going too far into the sharpener. Okay. Just want to darken some of the edges. So what you've got most nearly, in fact I think every bird I've ever drawn has a very weird, I don't even know how you'd describe it actually. Let me just get the focus sorted out. It's like, I don't know, bumpy skin I suppose around its eye. I don't think I've drawn a bird yet that doesn't have it. That's too light. Must be an proper anatomy name for it, but hate them days, very non-productive days. Okay, so up here and in here, get that shape. blend it in. Okay, so I can go much darker now, which means I can bring the black in. I didn't think I could do the black, but I think it needs it, yeah. Here as well. And a little bit down here. You can see how much layering it takes. It's not, you know, although it's a quicker medium, you still have to layer. One of the biggest mistakes I'm seeing so much at the moment with people that are starting out is that they're just not layering enough. I think they're having a party upstairs. Oh, you've already been up, have you?
No,
Oh. Right, let's just get a bit more shadowing in here. Well, soon she's got to be up for school tomorrow.
that's what I said.
And yes, it is half term.
How's
She's
it
doing her SATs boosters. So she's got 2 days going back to school in half term, bless her. But she wanted to do it, so good on her. Okay. Once we come into this section, we're sort of coming into, it's like a cream. Let's try the pink colour. I'm just going to block in where feather will be. Quite soft up that side. Zoom you out a bit. So you can see what I mean about if you work from your dark to your light, you can actually save a hell of a lot of work later on. I think that's why people do enjoy working with pastel. It's quite an instant gratification medium. Especially with owl's feathers, because they do that crisscross direction, don't they? And they can be a bit of a pain when you're doing it in colour pencil, and you'll have to go, you know, your layering is done in the opposite way. Just doing it very quickly so you get a bit of an idea. So if let's get some sanding going. Get a nice sharp edge. think that's as sharp as I'm going to get. So if you, I don't know if you can see it, you can't really see it, but give yourself a wedge edge, and use the back. And I'm just going to show you on what we've done here, but if you get a nice sharp edge, you can get some really nice feather detail. Over the top of what you've done. Have I got a blender that's not so bad? You're not so bad. What am I thinking? Yellowy colour. That chunk of sponge there is unfortunately what this paper does to your blending tools. Especially on this paper. Poor coffee man. Honestly, it just sounds like they're throwing stuff around upstairs. I've gone and used the brown on the same blooming blender. Stupid me. Yeah, it really, I don't know, you're probably not going to see that, but it really eats the blender up. So just bear that in mind, which is why you tend to go through them. And one why sometimes it's easier if you've got like these. I got these from the pound shop, and they're like a really thick makeup sponge, and they can work just as well, especially when you're doing large areas. And again, when you're doing the edge of dust and bokeh and things like that, it's actually really useful. So I am show you. So that's the dark on the top of his head. That's pretty much how I did the tiger before. And then you can just layer up and fill your boots. You've all gone very quiet there. If I sent you all to sleep. Check my phone is still charging. 46, that's better. Right, if I'm at 46%, that gives me enough that I can look at the reference without looking all the way over there. There we go. Got the reference in front of me now. Okay. I end up working really loose because I don't like putting my hand on the paper anyway, so it ends up looking like I'm just rushing it, but I don't like touching this stuff, so if I can get away with it I will. Just relaxing, chilling down. I will need to do some blending just around. In fact, I might not even blend, I might just I'll probably have to come back and do this anyway after I've done the head feathers, but so we'll do that next week. And so it gives you a pretty good idea of how easy it is to just get some stuff rendered up. And I have to say, I mean, if you want to get going on something like this, a tiger's eye is probably a bit easier because the fur is a lot easier to tackle than feathers. So just bear that in mind if you are going to look at doing something like this. It's the sound of the pencil. But you can see now, just by adding some of the darker elements in, this is where I don't mind doing dark on light, because there's more light than there is dark, so there's no point in doing it the other way around. It's already starting to build up that softness. You can, if you want to, use colour pencil on top. So if you want to get some really super fine details in there, you can. Say with white pencil, you can use white pencil on top. So if I show you what I mean. I don't really like to use the luminance, but it's the only one I can find at the moment. Don't know how well you're going to see that through the camera. I'll do it over here. Let me zoom you in a bit. Stop wobbling, stop wobbling. So you can gently add highlights if you want. You can see that works quite well, or you can add in detail as well. And again, it is something if you want to just at the end add a bit more, I don't know, intense highlight, I suppose. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you get the idea. It's been a long day. A bit more of a tip on there because I need to come in and just define some shapes in here a bit more. There's no point in me putting tons of black on at the minute because we'll have to come back next week and finish those bits off. Zoom out again. So it gives you a bit of an idea. So we are, what are we? 1 hour 17. So this is how we've done in 1 hour 17, which isn't bad. And I don't know, I would be tempted to do a bit more to the eye, but I do quite like the eye as it is, and I don't have to stick to the reference photo. It is just there as a bit of a guide. And I do quite like it the way that it is. So yeah, I think it's a case of next week we're just going to have to start building up all those final feather layers, and then I can get all the detail in around his eyes. So like down here we're going to have to add a few black strands, etc., woven in those feathers, but I pretty much think I'm going to call it here tonight. I don't think I need to save any colours out, but if you do have any questions that you think about later on, don't hesitate to obviously hop in the group and ask, or come back to this live feed and just pop in the comments below and I shall answer them for you if I can. And I'm going to go show you quickly before you leave, because I generally need, not feedback as such, but whether or not it's something you might buy, even if it's not for you, it might be for sister, cousins, grandkids, daughters, whatever, or for yourself. I'm just going to dry my desk now as I've made it wet. So this is what's been giving me a headache most of today. Some has been successful and some has not been. So if you're in the group, you know what some of these look like. Okay. So I'm having to show you the matte version of these. Let's take that reference picture down for now, because the gloss version went completely tits up. And these are my jumbo stickers, which you can buy as singles, like so. And to give you an idea of size, that's how big they are. Let's take the focus. There we go. Turn the light down a bit as well so it's not so washed out. I still love that crown. It's still one of my favourite things I think I've drawn. So these are the matte ones anyway, giant ones. As I say, I can't show you the gloss because it just went drastically wrong. These have been all my test prints, but how lush are these? Plus Amelie stole some for her laptop to decorate her laptop with. How delicious is this? Whoa, go go go. It's so yummy. So little geodes. Anyway, so yesterday day before, I created a new little set of characters. And I'm going to do some more based around these, and I've already designed another set of six to go with my pot pets. So these are my pot pets, and these are on glossy vinyl, as you can see. But how freaking cute are they? Aren't they just the cutest? So these are for writing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's 7 altogether of these for day of the week. There's also little water counters on there, and these which are borders. There is a set coming out which is full of borders and full of corners, but that's what they look like. And then I've got one that got ruined. Where's that one gone? This one got ruined, so this one's going to the girls. But they're just look at them. Aren't they just like the most adorable thing you've seen? And then I'm going to have to show you the border, because the border is just stupidly cute. Look. No, I need to show you. I'm going to put it on one of my sketchbooks. Ignore all my fingerprints. The only thing I hate about these sketchbooks, I think it's that way up. Yeah. I'm going to put him up here so you can see right next to the really horrible, oh, that's not even on straight, Bonnita. Let's go there. That's as straight as I'm going to get. Okay. There they are. So we have, I haven't named them, so I'm going to name them now. Sam Sloth, Kirsty Cat, don't know, Percy Pig, I don't know, Gray the Rabbit, I don't know. Name me some names. Anyway, you get tiny little things. If you're doing journaling and things like that, then you get tiny little stickers to go in with your journals. So to go with those, not necessarily to go with those, but if you are a journaler, I've done a ton of like special dates you need to remember. If you've got fun days with friends or family, night out, you've got tiny little, if you have mini calendars that you use or filofaxes, you've got tiny little months, then you've got your to-dos. That's what I mean by it messed up. And then you've got loads of little thingies there, because that's my technical way of putting things. Thingies. So the other Pot Pets range coming out is a page full of borders and corners. So not only do you have the Pot Pets, I have cone critters coming, and that's the sheets. Then we have the Feeling Fruity, if you like the lips. I'm going to zoom you in now and turn the autofocus off because it's annoying. So the Feeling Fruity. So you've got the strawberries, the lemons, the grapefruit, nearly forgot, and the lime. But those of you that have followed me for a while are aware of how many lip designs I have. So all of these, I'll be having a galaxy theme as well. All of these will have their own set of sheets as well as singles, so you'll be able to buy them both. So there's 4 of them ready to go. Then there is my geodes. So this is Geo Journal, because you get the little journal stickers as well. But I've purposely made them pastel. They are supposed to look like that. And again, they're just little stickers. These are the other geodes, which I absolutely love. That's very good. I like that. And then, look at my elephants. Yeah, I had to say it in that tone. Look at my elephants. Nah. Wendy's missing out. Oh, they're so cute. I have already used, you probably saw it the other week when I printed the matte versions off. It's just, nah. So, what do you guys think? Because I really, really like them, and I think they're lovely, and I think they'd look amazing if you do bullet journals. But all of my origami animals are going to be on sheets as well. Then they'll have various things on there. I've got a whole book which I'm hand sketching loads of stuff as well. But yeah, I think the lips are going to do really well. As I say, I need to individually put them on sheets. So there'll be a food version because I've got the cherry, the donut, a couple of other ones. Then I shall do like a princess range, I suppose, which will be those, like the galaxy range. As I say, there's the pop pets, there's the cone critters that are coming. So keep your eye out. I am going to get, it's half term at the moment, so time is really, really limited. It's only because Coffee Man's been off for a couple of days that I have managed to get into the office to get this done. And he's been helping me try and not throw the stupid printer out the window, or the cutter out the window. So they'll be in the shop, hopefully, by the middle of next week. So keep your eye out in the group, because I am going to apply a discount code for the Bonnita Doodles Art Share group. And then there'll probably be a discount code for my patrons as well. So just keep an eye out for those. I'm aware I still haven't done the giveaway, so apologies about that. I will promise to get my arse in gear, but a hell of a lot's been going on lately, so it's not been easy. So there we have it. Just another product range to fill my headache with. But hopefully you've enjoyed tonight's live feed. If you have, I would love it if you could give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to me, new to watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And have a good morning, afternoon, whichever it may be, my lovelies. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye!